a lot about how critical thinking, how important critical thinking is, and I realized that there was a skill that I wasn't able to fully develop in high school before I went abroad. I went abroad my senior year, I don't know if I mentioned that. So after doing 3 years of high school, I didn't feel that I was prepared in that aspect of education to be doing these global things, except that it enriched me, you know, in place of that. Let's see. I think that I benefited a lot in my communication skills. Obviously, I learned some Arabic, and so I can kind of converse in another language, which is awesome. But I also, I think, just learned in general how it is to communicate with people of different cultures, a specific different culture, and that was super enriching.
But ultimately, I was looking at the end goal, and you know, taking a student whose curiosity is at that level, whose maturity is at that level, and encouraging it, I think is what's most important. I mean, you definitely have to weigh out if they're going to be able to handle something like that before you go encouraging that type of a situation. But what I feel like will come of that experience will be maybe more marketability, if you will, when it comes to job applications or school applications, or just that next step that you might take, that next adventure that you might look for.
They didn't feel they had anything like that they could then present. Like, what is our identity as a group, and what is our culture that we want to then present to them? And so it started a very interesting conversation around culture and identity and bias. But I think each experience, you know, takes you that next step forward. But it is an ongoing process, and one, you know, that we rely on their classroom teachers to keep the conversation going.
We do focus on bias again, but on a very local level, just identity, orientation, culture, and we do interrogate that and investigate that with our students. They do get assessed on it. I think through rubrics, but a lot more qualitatively. Those rubrics are designed in that way. But another measure that I want to add is one of, you know, we all go through the transformational experiences, and I think there should be a way for us. And I remember a paper from Boston that I read from Harvard Business School, but I think it spoke about transformational relationships, and we have those, and they can be measured, and I think they could be quantified. So I think that would be another good aspect to kind of bring into